Hello witches and warlocks, and welcome back to my channel. So nice to see you again. So it has come to that time again where we are going to go through my little series which is called Witchcraft: A Beginner's Guide. So basically this is a series of videos that will explain witchcraft for the people out there who are just starting on their journey, may never have done witchcraft or understand witchcraft and what it's all about, or those people who want to get into it and are completely stuck and don't know where to start. Okay, so again, before I start, this is my opinion, okay, my views on the information that I gathered on my journey, okay? So this is in no way telling you this is how it's meant to be, because that is not my job to do. That's yours. It's your journey, so you can take what you want from my information, whether you choose to use that and take it away with you, or you choose to discard it. That is totally up to you. Okay, there are many people on the internet who will tell you many different things about witchcraft. What I'm telling you is the core values that I learned and the things that I looked for in witchcraft when I started out. Now, I wish that I had this sort of information and YouTube and the internet when I was starting out on my path. Unfortunately, I started mine long before all of this even existed. So I know that makes me old, right? So luckily you have a fountain of knowledge that is on the internet these days that you can actually look into, and it does take a lot of work to become a witch and know your knowledge. Okay, you're not going to know everything straight off the bat. Okay, so do not panic. Okay, so today we're going to answer my second question, which was when I asked you to go away and answer these questions for yourself, and take your time to think to yourself what would my answer be to these questions. Okay, now I'm going to answer them for you, what I would answer for myself. Okay, and if that helps you out, then that's a good thing. And if it matches what you were thinking in your head, that's also a good thing. So here we go. The second question I asked you was what, I think it was the second question. We're on the second question, aren't we? Let me double check my little journal. Yes. So what do you want from the craft? What do you want from the craft was the question I asked. So what is it you're looking for? What is it about witchcraft that you want from witchcraft for yourself? Okay, so I put these into three categories that I think, personally, most witches would think of when they first start witchcraft. And they are well-being, answers, and guidance. Okay, so there are the three main things you're looking for when you start in your witchcraft journey. Okay, now that, whether it means witchcraft as a craft, as in like the actual craft of witchcraft, the actual doing, the practical side, or the spiritual side. Okay, which we have known. If you watched my video prior, we spoke about the Wiccan religion. Okay, and it is a religion, and if you want to do witchcraft, it is heavily based around Wicca. Okay, so do have a look at that video if you haven't seen it already. Okay, so guidance, answers, and well-being. Okay, we're going to start off by explaining what I mean by well-being. Well-being means basically anything that concerns your body as a whole, as in your five senses. So that's touch, taste, sight, hearing, and smell. Okay, these are all the things that your body does every single day. Okay, you are going to use these things to help you enhance and improve and maintain a good balance within your body. Okay, and that's what well-being is with witchcraft. It's helping your body, you as a person, your inner and outer body. Okay, so it does your mind, it will sort your heart, it will sort your stomach, it sorts out your soul. It's just anything that helps you naturally, okay, for your body. So that's well-being. Answers. So that's anything that gives you an answer that you're looking for. So you have a burning question that you want to ask the world out there, the powers that be, okay, and you want an answer. Okay, so these are the tools that you can use to find answers. Okay, is in there as well. The third thing that I said, obviously, when we break this down, is guidance. So when you're looking to something to help you, guide you through what you're feeling. Okay, whether that's whether that's a divination or some sort of sign, anything like that. It's a guidance, so it's going to help you by making you think and making you feel. Okay, so you can get on with your life and work out what it is that you're feeling. Okay, so it's a guidance thing. Okay, so I'm going to go into them obviously a bit more. Now, the things I'm going to tell you about, I'm going to tell you a little bit about each thing. However, I can't go in depth into every single subject I've got down on my list, because if I did, this video would be an hours long. Okay, but I will get to all these different things later on down the line when we come to different subjects throughout my little series. Okay, so don't worry. Here we go. Well-being. We're going to start with well-being, which is obviously your health, your mental state, and your soul. Just your overall self. So, tinctures. Tinctures are little things, little potions that you can make. They usually involve alcohol. Okay, so it's usually 100% vodka is usually used in tinctures. And the reason they do that is because it's totally pure. There's no impurities in 100% proof vodka. Okay, and then obviously the herb of your choice. Okay, depending on what you want that herb to do. Okay, it's a long process. It takes a while, but it's fun to do. But I would suggest if you are going to start with tinctures, please make sure that you sort out your herbology first. Okay, you need to know what you're putting into your body, because you want to make sure that you're being safe. Don't just randomly choose a herb, put it in some vodka, and hope for the best. Doesn't work that way. Okay, but tinctures are one of the things you can start learning about if that's where you want to go. If you are looking to look after your body, and this is what you want witchcraft for. So if this is what you're looking to do, tinctures are a good thing to do. They're a medicine. Okay, soaps. Okay, you can use herbs and oils and loads of different things in soaps to help your skin, to improve your mental state. And soaps are cool because they use not only stuff to absorb into your body, into your skin, which makes it nice and healthy and clean. It also has aroma, okay, and which helps with the other senses, okay. So your smell is very much connected to your taste. If it looks nice, then it makes you feel good because it looks nice to use. Hearing not so much, but we'll get round to that sort of thing. But soaps are a good thing as well. If you want to get into herbology, you can use lots of good herbs, lots of good spices to make soap. Okay. Also along that lines, we have oils. So you can make blended oils, okay? So using herbs to absorb, you can use crystals in your oils, and you can blend them and use them to anoint candles, to use aromas around the room. So you might use, eucalyptus, or you might use lavender if you can't sleep. You can use loads of different types of herbs to put into oils, and you do use a lot of oils throughout your witchcraft journey. Okay, so incense is another thing. So using your smell. Okay, so using smell is a good way to get your brain working, to make you feel nice, because different smells bring back different memories and different things, and it can make you calm, it can make you awake. The smells of incense can do a lot, and incense is used a lot in witchcraft, a lot. Okay, and you can make your own incense. There are many types of incense. There's loose incense, there's cone incense, stick incense, resin incense, loose herb incense. There are many. Okay, so you can look into that, making your own incense if that's what you want to do to help your well-being. Herbs are a big thing in witchcraft. We use a lot of herbs, whether we burn them, bury them, whether we ingest them, whether we eat them, whether we drink them, whether we rub them on our skin, use them in oils. We use herbs a lot. So if you are going to look into well-being, maybe the journey you need to start for when you start going on your journeys, maybe start looking into herbs first. So if you want well-being, herbs are going to help you out a lot because they are used for medicines, potions, all that sort of stuff. So herbs are definitely a thing to do. Okay, going into realms of touch now is crystals. Now, crystals are very good for you to use. They're one of the most complicated things to learn, okay, because you have to learn a lot of crystals. There are people out there I know still to this day, witches that I know can't look at a crystal and tell you exactly what crystal that is. It's hard. It isn't easy. And what tends to happen is if you are going to go into crystals, most witches I know tend to base their entire learning around crystals first. And they take it as a subject, and it's a lot of learning. Crystals can do a lot for you, from getting rid of negative energies to cleansing your environment. You can get palm stones that help you meditate, and there are stones to take away worry. There are stones to find love. There are stones to get prosperity. There are stones for everything you could imagine. They are rough or they're smooth. They're rolled. They are some are even in geodes, so they're actually in rock, and you have to break them open to find the crystals inside. There are some great stones out there. If you want to start with a great little stone, I would suggest a quartz. Quartz is quite a good little stone to start off with. It's generic and it charges all your other stones, and it's a great little crystal to have. Okay, so if you want to start looking into crystals, they are good for your well-being. Teas is another. Teas are a big thing with witches as well. They are used almost like a medicine. Okay, so each tea has a different thing in them, and you can use many herbs, many flowers, many different floral stuff to go into teas that will help you sleep, help you be awake, help with prosperity, help with love. There are loads of stuff teas do, and they're very good for you. Indigestion, spearmint, peppermint and stuff like that. It's very good for digestion. There are many different teas you can do, and if you learn your herbology, then teas you can make yourself. I tend to get my teas, as you know, through boxes that I unbox, and they are great teas. You can get cold teas now, like iced teas. There are infused teas. I've got a ton of infused teas that I have from every fruit you can imagine. So teas are a very good thing, and we use them in witchcraft for our well-being. Okay, meditation is a big one. Okay, meditation is good all round. Okay, meditation can help you a lot through your entire witchcraft journey, because it centers you, it helps you calm, it helps you relax, it helps you sleep, it helps you find answers, it helps you find everything. Okay, and meditation, of course, you can use crystals for your meditation. Incense helps, music helps, which is one of the things I haven't put on my list, actually. Music is another thing. Listening to music, and it's like ASMR, okay? So that sort of gets people in that zone of relax and takes away your stress. And I tend to use chimes. I tend to use like music that's relatable to witchcraft, and it can be quite relaxing. I sometimes use the cool thing is now you've got things like Siri and Alexa and things like that will just find you what you want. So, and you can go onto YouTube and find hours of great music. Okay, so meditation is a great thing, and it will come up a lot in your witchcraft journey. Okay, so if that's what you want to do, well-being, meditation is a big one. Okay, lotions and potions. Okay, so I put these into a generic thing, but lotions and potions comes through everything from skin creams to spell potions, like anything from teas. Anything, you can make lotions and potions for anything. Even if you want to make stuff for your hair, like shampoos and conditioner, face packs, eye masks, You can make it all, and they all started from natural magics, from natural ingredients that were found in forests, and to this day they still are. Eucalyptus is what used a lot, and also aloe vera is you'll find in a lot of your after sun. It's all of this comes from the jungles, the forests. They were all natural ingredients that you use in these in these things that you can use from shampoos, face creams. There's plenty you can do, and if you want to make those sorts of things in witchcraft, you can learn how. And they don't always have to be majorly witchy, but you can make them witchy. So yes, lotions and potions are always a good thing to learn, and they are good for you. Okay, spells. A lot of your spells will be for well-being. They'll be there to calm you down, help you out, de-stress you, make you feel confident. These are all the things that spells will do, and they are a big thing for your well-being because it puts you in a mindset, and that's what the good thing is, and that's what magic should do. It should make you be in a mindset where it changes the way you think, it changes the way you feel, okay? And that's what this is all about, okay? It's all about the intention and the well-being. Okay, so sigils, okay? Sigils are another thing for your well-being. So the symbols that you can wear, wearing a necklace, wearing a charm bracelet, wearing, these are all symbols that will help your well-being. There are bracelets and necklaces that you can wear crystals in, so you can get crystal bracelets. There are some bracelets that are made of volcanic rock, and you can anoint them with oils that will go well on your wrist, and they'll absorb into your skin and make you feel amazing. Okay, and it's all natural. Okay, it's for your well-being, and that's when I say we're going to go into talismans. So talismans are things you wear. Okay, things that you can use on your altar. They're all for your well-being. Things you can wear on your body, put in your pocket. They're all things to make you feel good. So if that's what you're looking for, and witchcraft is good for all of that because it will sort out your well-being. Maybe that's what you're looking for. I know one of my subscribers, he started his journey because he had anxiety and depression, and he wants to sort out his mind and make sure that he's okay. And that's why he's doing his journey. Okay, answers. So we're going to go to this. I don't use this, and I don't technically recommend it because it's for a beginner witch is nothing you really want to be messing around with. But Ouija boards. Ouija boards, if you ask a question, you're going to get an answer. Okay, now many people put Ouija boards into the realm of something silly like you find in a horror movie. And true, they do come up in horror movies a lot. And I don't use them because anything I'm scared of, it can't be good for me. Okay, so I don't want to go into something feeling scared. Because the energies aren't going to be right. I'm going to go in there, be terrified of what's going to happen, and that's not going to work. It's not going to be nice because, bad energies feed off bad energies, and if I go in there terrified, then I'm not going to be relaxed enough to get the good out of it that you want. So I wouldn't recommend it. Especially messing around with it unless you know what you're doing. Okay. Pendulums. Pendulums are good for answers. They're really simple. You can buy pendulums really cheaply now. They have great crystals on them as well. They're really easy to use. All you need, even if you don't have a pendulum mat, you can just put yes or no on a piece of paper, and then whatever way the pendulum, ask it a question that you already know the answer to, and wherever the pendulum goes to, you know where your yes and no should be. It's really simple, and all it takes a little bit of meditation and a question to ask, and you'll get your answer. Okay, tea leaves are another thing. It's another divination that you can use for answers. You can use tea leaves to read, and it will tell you what's potentially coming up in your future. So that's always a good thing. Crystal balls. Again, this takes a lot of medication, a lot of meditation, and it's something that I have never done and have never tried and have never attempted yet. It takes a lot of medication Waka. Meditation, not medication. I mean, it might take medication. I don't know. No, meditation with crystal balls is very important. You have to really relax and take the time to find the answers. Okay, palm reading is another one. It's an old-fashioned, very well used in many realms around the world. Is used in many different generations, in many forms of different religions. It's always around. Palmistry is one of the oldest forms of divination. People have been palm reading for many years, and palmistry is very interesting to learn about. I haven't had the time to go into palmistry yet, but yeah, definitely something I would love to look into. I'm hoping that one day I will get one of those palmistry hands that will teach me how to do it. But you can get great books on it. Tarot is another one, which is something I started off myself. So my first divination was tarot, and it's the one I've been learning about for a while. So I took one divination and just went with it. Okay, it just turns out that I happen to accumulate a lot of different divinations, but tarot is the one that I tend to use for myself. The next one is, this is one that's not really heard of that much, but is very popular. From the older generation of witches that were way before me, was reading the bumps on your head. Okay, so I don't know the official term for this, but there are people out there that actually do read your head, and I'm not joking. So they will feel your head and feel the bumps and lumps and the shape, and they can read your fortune from your head. It's well known, but not used much these days, or talked about a lot really. Runes is another one. Again, this is a thing where you ask a question and the runes will tell you the answer. Okay, this will help you to answer any questions you have, to put out to the world using runes. Again, one of those things I've never done myself. I do own runes, and that's only because they come in subscription boxes, but again, it takes a long time to work it out. It has its own complete alphabet. It's a lot to take in. Okay, but if that's what you want, if you want answers, maybe runes are what you're looking for. Okay, clairvoyancy. Okay, this is not something you can touch or feel, but it's something that you can learn. Okay, now whether you can open your psychic third eye, and meditation helps with this. Okay, there are different courses you can do. My friend Mandy C, I do believe, does a course on opening your chakras and opening your third eye, and opening yourself up to clairvoyancy, and there are different types of ways you can use clairvoyancy. There are different terms of clairvoyancy, like there are different ways. So like you can become an empath, you can feel people's feelings. Clairvoyancy basically speak to the dead. Okay, so they can communicate with the afterlife, and they know stuff that we don't. And some out there are complete frauds. Some out there are the total real thing. And I mean, there's not many that have impressed me. I've met a few that really have impressed me. So yeah, clairvoyancy is maybe something you might want to look into if you want to get answers. I mean, it's all something to me that feels quite scary, but some people just naturally are clairvoyant. So so that's your answer. So if you're looking for answers, there are some of the suggestions that I can make for you, that if you want to find answers. There are probably many other ways you can find answers out there, the ways of answering your questions using divination. But again, I will go into divination in depth when we come to later on down the end of the line of the lessons, when we come to tools and stuff like that. Okay, so the last thing on my little list are guidance. everybody needs guidance, I think. But if guidance is what you need, guidance in life, I mean, not necessarily because what I'm doing right now for you, because this is, I suppose, in a weird way, it's guidance for you. But if you're going to use magics, if you're going to use witchcraft for guidance, these are some of the things you can use. Okay, the god and the goddess. Now, the god and the goddess, depending on who your deity may be, the god and goddess I tend to use is the moon goddess and the sun god. Okay, they're the opposite of each other. One's night, one's day, which basically how men and women are. One's masculine, one's feminine, and I use them for guidance. So they are there to center me and help me along my journey so that I have a god and a goddess to get equal balance of my life, because some things are more masculine in my life and some are more feminine. Okay, and the god and goddess will be a big part in your witchy journey, especially as Wiccan magic usually use a lot of deities. Okay, but maybe take your time to learn about one or two rather than learn all of them at once, because you will learn about them as you go through your journey. Don't worry, because each holiday that we have, each Sabbath, or Esbit has a different god or goddess that's represented by them. So you'll learn as you'll learn your holidays and your Sabbath and Esbits. Okay, oracle cards. Now, I didn't put oracle cards down here for answers, purely because I think oracle cards are more of a guidance. So what will happen with oracle cards is they will tend to be a proverb or a sentence or a word that will help you through that day, okay, or that month. So it will spark something in you that could happen to you along the way, something to look out for. Okay, so it's more of a guidance. So oracle cards, I haven't really gone into oracle cards that much. I have got myself my first oracle card deck, which is fun. I just haven't got around to using it yet. I tend to do tarot rather than oracle, but oracle is pretty simple to use. So if you want to start somewhere nice and simple, oracle cards are always a good thing to do if you want guidance. Ruins, again, as well as answers, they can give you guidance. So they will guide you along your journey to something. So they won't always answer your question straight out. It's more of a guidance thing. Elements. The elements are a big thing for me. I'm an elemental witch. You'll hear these terms a lot. And a lot of Wicca is based around the 5 elements, which is earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. Okay, you'll learn about these. I suggest if you are going to look into witchcraft, then Wicca will be a big part of it, and elements will definitely be a big part of your magics. So elements is one of the things I would definitely say if you're going to start your journey anywhere. Elements will be a big one. So each of these will guide you through different things in your life. So depending on what you want to use, because obviously different elements have different spells that go with them, different ways of guiding you to different things. There's a lot to learn. So elements, if you're looking for guidance, elements are the way to do it, in my opinion, of course. Meditation, again, this is great for guidance. Meditation will guide you on your journey, will give you the answers you need, will make you feel what's right. So if I'm worried about something, I will meditate on it, and by the end of it, I know what I need to do. Ancestry. So a lot of people work with their ancestors. So they go and call upon, an ancestor from past, someone who's usually it's someone who's passed away. So it's like using your grandmother as a guidance. However, if you're going to do this, it's very risky, because what tends to happen is, if it's no good using guidance from somebody in your family who didn't know you're a witch, because their negative energies against witchcraft will not help you. Okay, it's going to be a hindrance rather than a help. So working with your ancestry background make sure that these people weren't negative to the craft, okay, or negative to you, or using someone who loved you is a lot. Close people like your grandma, your granddad, great grandma, that your auntie or whoever has left this world and passed away. Guidance from your ancestry is a good thing to do. I haven't ever ventured into it because I don't know a lot about my ancestry. So all I know is that I have witchcraft in my past, in my ancestry, because some part of my family descend from Romania, and Romanian gypsies who used to travel and do tarot and read palms, and they used to do fortune telling. Okay, so there is witchcraft in my ancestry. I just don't know where from. So the next thing you can use is dreams. Dreams are a big thing because they describe what's going on in your body, in your mind at that time. It answers a lot for you. So if you're dreaming about something, it can guide you in how to sort that problem. Okay, so dreams are a good thing to do. So I would suggest getting yourself a dream journal and writing down what you remember from your dreams. Leave it next to your bed. That's what I usually do. And if you have a dream that really rings true to you, write it down, because you tend to forget it within the hour. So I tend to write down my weird dreams, and then you can buy books that will interpret your dreams for you. It's a well-known thing that people have done for many years. So yeah, dreams are a good thing if you want guidance. Listening. Okay, listening to, when I say listening, I mean listening to the world around you. So going out into nature, going out and listening to the breeze, listening to the birds and the bees and the winds, and go down to the beach and listen to the waves. These will guide you. This is what our religion, our witchcraft journey is based on. Everything around you, nature, is a big thing, especially in Wicca. Nature is a big part of our practice. So getting in tune with nature is a good thing. So going out there, listening, feeling the ground. Take your shoes off. In the summer, when make sure you're in a decent place. You're not going to cut your feet or damage yourself in any way. Feel the dirt under your feet. Touch the tree, hug the trees. Smell the flowers. There are so many things out there in nature that will guide you and make you feel so amazing and put everything right in your head. Okay, so that's a good thing to do as well. So listen, go out into nature, walk in the sea, walk on the beach barefoot, do whatever it takes. It will guide you. Listen to nature. Okay, astrology and star signs are a big thing. Again, I don't believe that star sign astrology will give you an answer, a direct answer anyway, but they are there to guide you. Okay, so your star signs will guide you, astrology will guide you. We use the moon, we use Saturn and Venus and Mars and Jupiter, and all these planets are a big part of how we deal with our magics each day. And moon especially, the moon is a big thing. Moon magic is a not a complicated thing at all. And I will go into this. If you want to have a listen at the end of the month, I am going to answer that question. It's one of the questions I've been asked, is to explain my view on moon magic. So I will go into that. But yeah, so astrology is the stars, like these are all the stuff that we use, the phases of the moon we use in magics. One of our goddesses is the moon goddess. The sun is one of our gods. Like these do these are all things that control the times of the year, the changing of the seasons. These are all things that will help you along your journey. And astrology, star signs will help you with guidance. So that is the basis of what I'm going to answer that question today. So there's a lot of there for you to go away and think about on what you want to do. So if you want to have wellness or well-being, that's why you're here, to look after yourself, then take away those little things that you can use to help your well-being. If you're looking for answers, there are divinations, especially out there, to directly answer your questions. And then the other side of things are guidance. Obviously, there are many things out in the world that will guide us through our journeys. Just have to listen and learn and absorb it all. Again, so that is the end of my second part of this little series I'm doing for you. I do hope it's been helpful anyway, and I haven't bored you to death. I try not to. I'm trying to keep this as close to half an hour as possible so I don't bore you, because it is hard to just sit and listen to someone for a while. But if it gets through to just one person and it helps one person, it's worth it, I guess. So if there are any questions you have about today's video, I am doing a Q&A at the end of the month. So go down to my comments, put hashtag Q&A, and then put your question. And at the end of the month, I will answer all these questions in one go on one video. So hopefully it will help you out then. Otherwise, I'll be answering a ton of questions every single day, and I'd rather just get them all out the way in one go. But that doesn't mean that you can't go down, comment, and if there's a question that you're dying to know about something I've talked about throughout this series, or anything to do with my journeys, then please don't be shy. Put your question down below. If you have liked what you've seen today, give me a thumbs up, please. If you aren't a subscriber, why not press that little button and subscribe? And if you really want to not miss out on anything I'm doing throughout my journey, then press that little bell notification and it will let you know when I upload a video, and you'll never miss out. So thank you very much for listening today. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I've definitely enjoyed this series. I'm really looking forward to doing some more. So we got a few more questions to go through. So this series is only just started. So if you haven't watched the others, go back. There's a couple of videos before this one. And there's many more to come. So thank you very much for listening. Have a great day and stay safe. Remember, you be you, and blessed be.